Hi everyone, today I will be performing the 4 methods of extinguishing of fire. But before anything else, let me show this illustration, the 3 elements of fire, namely the heat, oxygen, and the fuel, wherein the heat transfer to air, which is the oxygen, and the heat transfer also to the fuel, and by that, when the fuel, oxygen, and heat will combine together, then it will create the fire. In short, without these 3 elements of fire in the fire triangle, we cannot create a fire. Here are the methods. So first is cooling method. In this method, we can extinguish fire by application of water. Then water absorbs heat from the fire. That is how fire will extinguish. And then this method is generally used for Class A fires. So in Class A fires, this class of fire use commonly solid combustible materials as their fuel source. So for example is wood, fabric, papers, trash, and plastics. And here is the sample video. The burned material, or shall we say the fuel here, is the wood and one of the Class A fire. And the second method is the smothering or blanketing method. So in this method, fire is extinguished by blocking or stopping of oxygen supply from fire. Example, by applying foam on liquid fire, or applying carbon dioxide gas on electrical fire, and etc. And here is the sample video. The fuel here is the oil from the pan, and it is extinguished by a wet blanket or cloth to block the oxygen supply and stop the fire. And the oil is one of the Class B fire. And the third method is the starvation method. In this method, fire is extinguished by removing the fuel from fire. Example is removing of hay from fire, or stopping of fuel from burning pipe line by rotating valve, and etc. Here is the sample video of starvation method. So here, I remove some source of fuel, the plastic and other light materials that may trigger or catch the fire that will result to spreading of fire. And the last method is inhibition or chemical chain reaction method. In this method, fire is extinguished by breaking the chain reaction which is occurring in fire. Chain reaction is broken down by application of dry chemical powder. Example is wood fire can be extinguished by application of DCP or dry chemical powder. Here is the sample video I cut it from the YouTube since we don't have fire extinguisher at home. The dry chemical extinguisher was used here, wherein it extinguished the fire by separating the fuel from the oxygen element, or by removing the heat element of the fire triangle. And that would be all. This is Jeklar B. Rag. Thank you for watching.